A woman walks into 70s funk, sets the temperature to dangerous, and leaves half the culture scrambling to catch up, while the other half pretends it did not just happen. Welcome to Music Storytime, where we gently kidnap your algorithm and introduce it to better taste in music. Enjoy the background music in the free usage playlist, you dirty scoundrels. Now continuing today's Focus Music Band. Betty Davis. That is Betty Davis. Not background music. Not polite nostalgia. Not some museum doohickey with a gold plaque underneath. This is raw voltage in platform heels. Betty Davis did not sound like she was asking permission from anybody. That is the first thing that hits. The voice is sharp, teasing, feral, fully aware of the room and completely uninterested in shrinking for it. She wrote her own songs, shaped her own image, chose the muscle for the records, and basically treated funk like a runway, a back alley, and a high-wire act all at once. That combination is why she still feels modern. Plenty of artists were sexy. Betty Davis was confrontational. Plenty were stylish. Betty Davis sounded like style had bitten through the leash. Start with, "If I'm in luck, I might get picked up," because this is the strut with teeth. The title alone is already halfway to scandal, and the song knows it. This is one of the best tracks to check out first if you want the most immediate example of her power, because it captures that whole Betty Davis combustion engine in motion. The swagger, the sexual confidence, the funk grind, the little edge in the phrasing that makes it feel less like flirtation and more like a challenge delivered in perfect boots. It is not subtle. That is part of the fun. The song practically kicks the door shut behind itself. Then there is "They Say I'm Different," which might be the cleanest thesis statement an artist ever accidentally or deliberately handed critics. Because yes, they did say she was different, and usually with the stunned tone of people watching the rulebook catch fire in real time. This is the song to check out if you want Betty Davis in full self-definition mode, where the persona and the artistry lock together so tightly they start looking like one machine. The groove is nasty in the best way, but the real thrill is the self-possession. She is not pleading a case. She is announcing the verdict. And then, Nasty Gal, which is where the whole image hardens into something mythic. This is not just a song title. It is practically a neon sign hung over her legacy. The track feels like the moment the attitude becomes armor, the moment the flirt turns into a smirk, and the smirk turns into a dare. This is the one to check out if you want the fiercest side of Betty Davis, the least compromise-seeking version, the one that sounds like funk just found claws, lipstick, and a very accurate sense of who in the room is bluffing. If I'm in luck is the walk-in and "They Say I'm Different" is the declaration. Nasty Gal is the full coronation in fire. One of the wildest things about Betty Davis is how much of her legend comes from doing too much for her time in exactly the right direction. Too bold, too sexual, too loud, too self-possessed, too unwilling to sand the edges down into something marketable. In other words, perfect. That is why the records kept growing in stature after the culture caught up. She was not a curiosity. She was early. There is a difference. And the music itself never gets lost in the image. That is the real kicker. Beneath the danger glow and the outrageous cool, these songs hit because the grooves are mean, the arrangements are lean, and the whole thing moves with purpose. No decorative doohickey funk, no extra fluff, just pressure, rhythm, and nerve. So line up, "If I'm in luck, I might get picked up," "They Say I'm Different," and "Nasty Gal," and you get three perfect angles on Betty Davis. One struts, one declares, one burns. Together they show an artist who could turn funk into provocation, identity into spectacle, and sheer self-possession into a sound so sharp it still feels like it might cut the speakers on the way out.